Hello everyone, today is Monday, October 14th. It's 9:24 p.m. Eastern. It's about 3:24 my local time, and there was no live video from Jim today, so today's video will show further exploration of support and resistance levels and also a few charts that we'll take a look at it. So first thing we have here is the 987 Heikin-Ashi tick on the NASDAQ, and we're looking, if I tighten up the chart a little bit here and just go forward, all these lines of support and resistance, these were high volume nodes that I drew days ago, even a week or maybe even 2 weeks ago. So these were all levels that were high price at volume, taken from the volume profile chart. And so how do you see those levels of high price at volume? Anytime you see a finger like this is an area of interest, particularly any high and low of the value area. So as I scroll through these charts, you can see how price reacted to some of these levels. Like here in the night session, this level was resistance, it broke through resistance, then it became support, and then into the regular session, these three levels that were drawn here first met resistance here, then resistance here, and then resistance here, and then it pulled back, and this was support, and then that support didn't hold right here, and then market tested the open, which is this right here, and then as it came back up, it once again interacted with these levels exactly, and then of course the high of this day was in this 7909 area, so that remained a area of interest. And then as we go forward to today, this was actually yesterday, Monday. So looking at today, we have on this chart, this was the night session, and so this level here, this 78.75 area, held as resistance. This was the high of the day right here, and here's the open here. And so let me just make this area larger. Now what I wanted to show on this chart was these three pretty nice trades here based on our open range filter. I don't have any trailing stops on these charts. It's just the precision trend exit is what I'm using. But after looking at this, I decided that I am going to add a trailing stop. The profit target is 100 ticks, and I'm going to add a trailing stop because if you get these kind of moves like this, I think I'm okay with getting out up here somewhere. So I'm going to put in a trailing stop by percentage of profit. And so this move here is, the entry is right here at about 78.44, and the high is 78.66. So that's 20 points or 80 ticks. I'm going to put in a trail by percentage on this chart, and I'm going to do it at, actually I'm going to do it by bars. I'm just going to go at 60 ticks will be the first target, and I'm just going to trail by 0 bars. And then I'm going to set a second level at profit percent, and we'll go 80 ticks, and we'll trail by 15% of the profit. And then the third level, we'll go 90 ticks and trail 10% of the profit. And I think that will give us a little tighter money management on a chart like this. So in order to save that, I would go here and cut and paste the name of the template. So anyway, that's how I would do it, and I showed you that to show how I think about adjusting settings, what I'm looking at. I'm basically looking at the size of these swings here and asking myself, how could I have gotten more profit on this move and not given back so much? And that's the way you do it. So anyway, this is really solid on this chart. Three winners in a row. No, actually, this was a loser here because of the precision trend exited somewhat late here. But anyway, 3 winners and 1 loser, and it hit its goal of 500 with 1 tick of slippage. All right, so on the NASDAQ spreadsheet here, this 500 tick chart, I haven't been plotting that long, and it is very strong right now. And also the 1597, and then the 987 here, which we just showed, is one of the best NASDAQ charts. So let's look at another chart here. So this is a take on the best performing ES chart, which was a Super Renko 6 with a Super Renko 6 higher time frame, except I adjusted it for the NASDAQ, making it a Super Renko 14 with a Super Renko 14 higher time frame, because 6 ticks in the E-mini S&P is worth $75, where 14 ticks in the NASDAQ is worth, 14 ticks would be $70. So that would be about the same. And that's why I chose to make this chart 14 ticks, because it's about the same perspective-wise in dollars. So the only difference here is the trend sensitivity. The base chart is a sensitivity of 1, and then the higher sensitivity is 1.4 on the same 14 Renko, and this is what it looks like. Anyway, this chart also had a winning day and hit its target of 700 with a tick or 2 of slippage, and it did so in 2 trades. Very nicely done here in these 2 moves, and this was right off the open, and trading was finished within a half hour of trading. So this is also using our open range filter, and it's not using the step MA. I just have it plotted on the chart to show what it would be like if you used above and below the step MA. Okay, so on Friday I showed the NASDAQ on a 5-minute chart, and I wanted to show just a simple way to determine trade bias, whether to be long only or short only, and I suggested using the BWT Precision MA, which is right here. And this is the same setting that I showed on Friday. It's an exponential moving average of 18, and so this is today's session in blue. This is the current overnight session. And so let's just take a look at how this looked on a 5-minute chart. Above, the moving average was bullish, and that certainly worked pretty well, and then below was bearish. These are tradable moves in the NASDAQ. This is 78.64, where it went below to a low of 78.50. So this is 60 ticks to the bottom. This was a tradable short trade. So I just want to point out that even though price dropped below the MA here at the 78.64 level, the high of this red bar here was 78.72, and that if this was like a NASDAQ on a Super Renko 6 chart, you could get short much earlier up here. In other words, this move from the high of this bar here to the low here on a 6 Super Renko chart looks like this. So on the 5-minute bar, the high of the 5-minute bar is here at 78.72 at 11.45. The 11.45 bar starts at 11.40, as you can see here. And then that move went from the high all the way down to here to the low here, and this is what it looks like on a 6 Renko bar. So if you went short here and you did not have precision trend to exit on, you could have went the whole length of the move and gotten short and filled on your limit order, actually right here at 78.69 approximately. The market today was relatively consolidated except for this nice run off the open here. Note the volume reversal bar signal right here at the high of the day. Really nice signal, again on this tail here. So looking back on the chart again, really nice visuals here to be able to choose a market bias below the precision MA here for a short bias, and then above for a long here. So very simple way of doing this. Now back to our volume profile, and again, choosing levels of support and resistance. This is today's session here. So let's look at where support and resistance might be, and I'll show you how I would draw it here on a blank chart. It would basically start here. So we have 77.80. We have high volume here in the night session from a couple sessions ago, and then again here, this area, this 78.05 area, which was the low of the night session here. We have the most volume here, 79.06 area, or the high of the day, 79.11. So let's use the high of the value area. So we'll say 79.08 area, and then the this high area of volume right here at 78.84 or 78.80, which is actually the high of today. So anywhere in here is close enough. And then last night's high volume node right here, which is 78.67, and then this area of high volume in the 78.44, 40 to 44 area. So let's just draw it at 78.40, close enough. And then the low of the session, there's already a line drawn here. And then today we have the highest volume from today is 78.59, so that level will be in place. So these will be key levels to watch for tomorrow's session and probably beyond. Okay, so I wanted to bring over this chart of the NASDAQ on a 500 tick, and you can see there were two very nice trades off the open range filter here. This did 770 for the day, and if we look at the spreadsheet, we can see that this is one of the best performing charts, if not the best performing, but I haven't been plotting it that long. It's averaging 1,015 for the week, up 4,000 so far, and that's just over a couple of weeks, I believe. Looking at the chart again, you can see we have only trading a single contract here with a 75 tick profit target and the goal 750. And so clearly this hit its goal today and had a couple ticks positive slippage. Very nice trades off the open range. Precision trend exit is turned off, and it looks like we're trailing by 0 bars at 70 ticks. That seemed to work out pretty well. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.